Crazy diss track right there. Crazy diss track right there. I'm not rich, still lying.
Crazy.
But what's good, y'all? I'm starting the show off. Got a little dope pack on. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's ever smoked this before, let me know. Put it in the chat. If you've ever smoked the soap before, pretty good shit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Pretty good shit, but it had to grow on me. It was one of those buds that actually had to grow on me. But it was a pretty high level. I couldn't ignore about 25%. So I had to grab that, you guys. Had to grab that for the show. I grabbed a couple others. Hit that like button if you want to see the other chronic that I'm smoking on. That's right, you guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, you guys. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get ready. I mean, DRILLMATIC came out. DRILLMATIC dropped, and you know what I'm saying? DRILLMATIC dropped, and it was crickets. It was crickets for the DRILLMATIC album, you guys. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Also, we're going to get into a little bit of Cameron, Jay-Z. We're going to talk about Oh Boy, the remix that we all never really got to hear because it got deleted out of, it was animosity between those two giants. You know what I'm saying? Those two giants in the game, Cameron and Jay-Z. And at that point in time, I don't think they knew how big hip-hop was going to become. That verse, the Oh Boy remix that Jay-Z recorded that was eventually was deleted, that could have been worth so much money at this point in time if it was released in any capacity. Say as a for instance, say it was released as an NFT. You know what I'm saying? Use that for an example. If it was released as an NFT, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in for this live video. For everybody wondering what I'm blazing on this soap right here, which is from Seed Junkie, put out by Cookies. Pretty good chronic right here, man. Pretty good chronic right here. I'm not going to lie. I got a couple other joints. But I want everyone to hit that like button right now. Put some respect on that like button. We got some conversation to get into tonight. Early live video for you guys. Hold on one second. I want to show y'all what else I got. You know, I was smoking on this last night, actually. I got that Blood Moon. This shit is good. I'm not going to lie. Couple different strains. Where's my other one? And, of course, we got the Dying Dreamin'. Bunch of good strains, y'all. You know I'll be smoking good. Everybody hit that like button. Make sure you share this video with at least one friend. Make sure you hit the comment section and let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Also, let me know what you're blazing. Much love to Baltimore. Definitely appreciate you tuning in. What up, Ronald? We got some hot topics tonight. The game DRILLMATIC sales are in. 24,959. Quite possibly the worst sales of the game's career. He might have had another album that dropped and did less than that. The documentary 2.5, I want to say, did about 45,000 first week. But yeah, let's go. Everybody share this video one time. When we get like 100 people in here, we're going to get started. What up? We got Hartford. Connecticut up in here. We got Buffalo, New York. Much love. Appreciate y'all, man, for tapping in. Let me see. My guy Prince Wade, what up, bro? He said he went brick. Eric says that bud looks good just by the way of the packaging. Yeah, you know, I like to keep some good strains on deck. I like to if y'all want, hit that like button right now. What up, Jason? What up, Jason Nichols? Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Jay from Florida. We got Baltimore up in here. Put your city in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to put it and type in the chat box, you guys, because I will respond to y'all. It ain't like the other shows. Wack 100 is talking crazy, y'all. Wack 100 is talking crazy after these sales have come out. He's talking about shit was better for him before he was doing the rap thing. Okay. Okay, we're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into it. Pause, since Cameron is one of our topics. Let me hit you with that. Pause. So, 24,959 units sold in a short week by the game. Let's all be honest, man. Everybody in here, let's be honest. The game could have done that on his own. He could have done that by himself. He could have done it on Black Wall Street. And everybody knows it's true that he could have done it on his own label or working with E1. He could have put out his own project direct to consumer. So the question is, what did he need Wack 100 for? What did he need Wack 100 for, you guys? Where was the promotion for this album? Where's the money for that? You know, I ain't trying to pocket watch, but it's a valid question. Where is the money? Oh, I know what you did. You bought box trucks. What, cribs in South Carolina maybe? Because they're cheap out there? We'll get into all of that. Because Wack is talking crazy now that the game's album is flopped. I guess it's almost like it's all the way over. It's all the way done now when an artist is coming out and selling 24,000 first week. Guys, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Rockaway, Queens, New York. Appreciate you for tapping in. Y'all know what to do. Put it in the chat. Hit the chat. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Let me know what you're blazing. Let me know what y'all smoking on tonight. We got some great topics tonight. Oh, but Wack 100 will be cool, right? Since he's already entrenched in the music industry, he'll just sign another artist, right? Wack is just going to sign another artist. Why does Game need him here in this situation? He could be selling and making his own money. What does he need Wack 100 for? Does he need him for the street credibility? Why is he keeping Wack 100 around at this point? Will their relationship last after this album has pretty much flopped? But you know what? We're only counting the first week. Sales at this point in time, we'll have to judge by the second. Everybody knows when we're dealing with Billboard charts and sales, they usually drop by at least 50, 60% in the second week, because mostly everybody has got the album that's going to want to get their hands on it. Reading some recent sales, Beyonce, 300K first week, 90K the second week. So that is legitimately a drop of, you know what I'm saying? A legitimate 100 and, you know what I'm saying? Was that 100 and 210,000 albums less than the first week? Everybody share this video, man. We're going over it tonight. So Wack said, I am content going back to where I came from, because where I came from is way better than where I was at anyways. Wack 100 says he's content going back to where he's come from after getting all of this public interest, after being one of the most searched guys on YouTube. Wack 100 is just cool with throwing it all away. So you've gone from being the unknown manager, the guy that nobody knew behind the scenes, to now actually having a name, an identity that you've built for yourself outside of being that guy who's handled the game's problem, Stitches. Yeah, I'll give Wack 100 his props because he built his name. He built his name. There's a reason that all of these guys, Cadillac Ta, that Cuban Link. They all get around Wack 100 and they feel like he can offer something to their career. It's because he could. If he put in the work, he could. You know what I'm saying? But Wack 100 already has a few OG artists that he deals with. Ray J, coming and getting involved in Ray J's career in 08, putting out Ray J's most popular album at that point. So my question is, since you piggybacked Ray J's album off of Young Berg, aka Hitmaker, with the release of, what was it, Sexy Can I? You piggybacked that J-Lo and Ja Rule style with I'm Real appearing on both of their albums. You piggybacked it. Ray J sold 250,000 in 08. Why didn't Ray J ever have a follow-up album? Ray J has not had a follow-up album to that major selling joint that Wack 100 put out. That is the issue right there. The issue is not being able to create consistency. I think Wack at that point actually leveraged his situation into getting into the game's pocket. You know what I'm saying? If we look at Wack 100's relationship with the game, he basically went on the internet recently and said, or Clubhouse, excuse me. He went on Clubhouse recently and said, you know what? A lot of people look at me as the manager. Everybody wants to talk about me as the manager. Well, I'm the executive producer. Look at the album. Go to the Billboard, you guys. Under the game's DRILLMATIC album, it says 100 ENT. So it is without a doubt that Wack 100 has moved up. He has moved up from the perceived manager of the game to now running the label that is independently putting the game's albums out. Instead of E1 doing it, it is 100 ENT putting out the game's albums, you guys. But the question about that, how lucrative is it going to be? Is the game's low sales of 24,959 affecting Wack 100 to the point where he's saying, I'm content going back to where I came from? He's content going back to where he came from, you guys. Sounds like he's bowing out to me. Now we are 12 years. We are what, 12, 13 years removed from 08 when Ray J moved 250,000 units. So the heyday of moving units is really gone. You know what I mean? You can't really expect to move 250,000 in a short week unless you are an artist of a legendary stature. Now, my only issue is the way that the game came out in 2005. He should have been one of those artists of a legendary stature. He should have been able to cement his name in the legacy. But Wack 100 is now seeing that that is not the case. Did you put all of your eggs? That's what it's called, right? When you put all of your eggs in one basket. I had my brother C's. My brother C's told me, he was like, yo, Mikey T, never put your eggs in one basket. The game, Ray J, these were two artists at that point in time that Wack 100 should have kept. I know he's kept his relationships with Ray J going, but my question is, where were the albums? Where were the albums from Ray J to follow it up so he can move another platinum album in 2010 or 2008 or 2009, excuse me, the very next year? So listen. So Wack 100 says, I am content going back to where I came from. He's right. It was better for him. It was better for Wack 100 when he was running his trucking company. You know what? He didn't have to dart off stages. He didn't have tiny draws and random dudes chasing him into parking lots when he was unknown. So Wack, you were cool being Baby Suge. You were cool being Baby Suge. Is that what it is? Let me put a poll up for everybody in here. I want to get this poll up for everybody in here right now since we got over 200 people in the room, and I definitely appreciate y'all. Why does the game keep Wack 100 around? Everybody vote in the poll right now. Everybody vote in the poll right now. Appreciate y'all for tapping into my live video. But yeah, he's right. I got to admit, he's right. Life might be better for him, or it probably was better for him before he got involved in all these industry topics, these industry politics. You know what I'm saying? Because look at what some of the things have cost him. And I might have to do another topic about this tomorrow because I just read something, but we'll save that for tomorrow, you guys. But I want to focus on right here the fact that he's at the game's performance and Tiny Draws, you know what I'm saying, runs up on him. He gets chased off of the stage after just bringing Kanye West out. Like, are you kidding me right now? You literally just walked Lil Wayne onto the stage. It's got to be one of the most embarrassing nights of Wack 100's life, a night that he pretty much doesn't want to relive in my mind, you know? So look at this, though. He'd rather have a trucking company rather than be an A&R for a record company. Let me ask the question. What artists are signed to 100 ENT? It's not Death Row. 100 ENT is not Death Row. You thought you could do, you know what I mean? You thought you could do what he did. You're wildin'. Wack 100 thought he could do what Suge Knight did. You thought that, you know what I mean? You thought you could do what Suge Knight did. You thought that's all it takes, all that it takes. But there are other requirements, man. Suge Knight had the brains. Don't be fooled by his appearance. He's a smart dude. He knows about BMI. He knows about ASCAP. He was actually doing it before Master P, talking about ownership of masters. Nobody could play with Death Row. Ja Rule came, had to literally beg to get the Tupac feature, but Suge did it because it's like, okay, you mess with Supreme, you mess with some solid dudes out of New York. And Irv's always told the story about Suge Knight crying and all that when he met him. You know what I'm saying? Ja Rule represented for Suge Knight so much that he ended up putting Crooked Eye and Eastwood on the Last Temptation album. So let's talk about the real business that occurred when Suge Knight worked with Ja Rule. Let's not just sugarcoat it with all the, the crying and the, oh, I thought he was the biggest star. Ja Rule put the Row artists, when it was the Row, he put them on a Def Jam released project. It's called Cutting the Check, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Wack, you're not that exclusive. You know what I'm saying? You're not that exclusive, Wack. You're not pulling up the jails and signing dudes for $3 million. What can you do? You can get me a game verse? You're going to get me a game verse? I can holler at the game directly. What can Wack do? He's accessible. Think about it. You can go on Clubhouse and talk to the guy. Do you think you can talk to Puff Daddy on Clubhouse right now? You should have had your little dispatch center at work. You know what I'm saying? You should have had that little dispatch center with the trucks. You're right, Wack. You were better off doing that. Because what are you really doing? You're flopping. You're throwing out bricks. 100 ENT threw out a brick. And now you want to pack it in and go back to the trucking business? That's not how you do. Oh, I could go buy property in Detroit. Let's not get into the property in Detroit yet. Shout out to everybody tapping in from Detroit. We're not going to talk about that right now. Let's talk about where we're at with this. Because, yeah, dude should have had his little business set up with the trucking company if he's just going to fold out after one album. You think the real legends in this game? Look what happened with 50 Cent. Power of the Dollar. Signed to a major company like Columbia Records. Look what happened with T.I. with his first albums. Look what happened with 2 Chainz. We're talking about success stories that nobody believed could have been. You know, what are you really doing? What are you really doing, man? You're putting out bricks from dudes that are highly respected for their bars, and I wonder why it's a brick. I wonder why the Games album is a brick. Maybe because it's associated with you. Maybe because it's associated with Wack 100. Everybody is going in with a preconceived notion. You know, before people listen to Drillmatic, they're going to hate on it. Sorry, game. You know what I'm saying? I've been rocking with you since 03, 04. And I'm sure everybody in this chat has been. But right now, with the energy that's out there in the world of music, in the culture, we're going in with the preconceived notion. We're going in and hating on the album. Before people listen to Drillmatic, they're going in to hate on it. Because when I go in listening to it, I know this is associated with Wack 100. Even if the game is spitting the best bars, you know what I'm saying? And in reality, that is unfair to the game. He is the victim in this situation. The game, is who I really feel bad for. Because I've been watching the game for 20 years. And to have his career jeopardized by somebody that I haven't known for much more than 3 to 5 years, that is ridiculous. I definitely appreciate everybody tapping in right now. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So Wack said, listen to this, you guys. Wack said, these dudes buy these $5 to $10 million houses. That means you have a $7,000 to $15,000 bill a month coming. Now, I want to take a second to address that. You know, these dudes that are buying houses worth $3, $4, $5 to $10 million, that have an overhead monthly of $15,000, so they don't get hit over the head at the end of the year, right? These guys that we're talking about right now, these guys that have an opportunity to make music that takes them touring across the country, across the world, they don't worry about a $15,000 a month overhead. One night of their touring is going to get them 60 to 70,000 people. And I need everybody in here to hit that like button. I need everybody to put some respect on that like button. Everybody in here put some respect on my name like Birdman and hit that like button right now. Because I'm hitting y'all with those facts. I need everybody to put some respect on that like button right now. Hit it all. Hit that like button right now, you guys. I'll get back going in just a second. But I need y'all to do it on y'all end and hit that like button so the numbers is adding up. So everybody out there knows. So everybody out there knows what's going on with Mikey T, the movie star. Let them know what you're captivated by. Let them know what you're watching so they all tune in. Need everybody to share this video. Hit that like button right now. And put it in the chat. What city and state are you representing? I'm going to shout it all out because that's how we do on here. Let me see real quick. All right, cool. Let's get back to it. So Wack said these dudes buying these $5 to $10 million cribs. That means you have a $7,000 to $15,000 bill a month. $7,000 to $15,000? Are you kidding me? That is a fraction. That's a fraction of what these guys are making a night. Southside, what up? What up? St. Paul, Minnesota, what up? Brownsville, what up? Brownsville, what up? The Bronx, what up? San Jose, what up? Brownsville, what's popping? What's popping? Hartford, Connecticut, what's good? Appreciate everybody tapping in, man. So everyone, basically, let's get back to this, man, just to keep on track. Anyways, even if it's paid off, that can't be your first step. It can't be, because you can take care of that as long as you're doing right. Now, what happened when it slows down? All right. Since you want to talk about buying houses, let's look at your artist. Just He is just looking to buy his first beach house. So the game is just looking to buy his first beach house, as he said in an interview. He is just recently speaking about that. Now, your artist should be able to buy a home that you're talking about. You know what I mean? The game should be able to buy a beach house. Why is it about you all the time, though? What about your artist? You know what I mean? What about your artist game talking about, I'm about to buy a beach house? Nobody else has these problems. So obviously, you're content, Wack. Wack 100 is content because I got this, I got that. But what about the people around you? Why don't you feed your team? You good. You got this. You got that. But what about your team? You gotta feed the wolves. You got to feed the wolves. You know what happens when you don't? They turn. You want to talk about houses? Why don't you talk about your artist houses? When you hear Suge talk, he talks about, I bought 5 Bentleys. I got the red one. Pac got the lowrider classic. They were Mercedes fans. They love Benzes and BMWs. So if Suge bought a Beamer, he bought Pac a Beamer. He didn't ask Pac if he wanted one. He just bought it. Did you do anything like that? Did you do anything like that for the game? He put 100 ENT on the map for you, selling 24,959 copies first week. Nobody else gets to do that. That's like Mikey T, the movie star, going to the game. Yo, game, I got your back. I'm going to do all these joints and promote the hell out of you. Then it's movie star music. The game, DRILLMATIC. We would have come up with a much better title. 25,000 copies sold first week. The only thing you should be doing is thanking the game and moving on to your next release. Not talking about how people can't afford houses, not talking about how you can go back to the way shit used to be. This man just put your label on the map. Why do I got to spoon feed this to these guys? Not everybody gets the opportunity like you did. Dre joined Suge Knight at the peak of his career. You are getting the game at the tail end. And he's actually blessing you to make your label something, because you can go on and do publishing. You got recorded history, SoundScan, Billboard history now because of the game. Let's be 100% real about this. What was 100 ENT before the game stepped in and said, all right, I'll let you put that on my label? You know, since your name is on the album, since it's on the label 100 ENT, I want to know who else is on 100 ENT. I'd love to know, and I will wait. Everybody in the chat, name 4 artists on 100 ENT. Now, Wack said DaBaby. You can't, he brought up DaBaby for some reason because he wants to talk about what an artist is going to do once he's realized that he's failed. First of all, DaBaby is in no way, shape, or form a failed artist. You see DaBaby going all over the world and performing on stages, getting the money that I was just talking about. You would never see DaBaby going on a live platform and saying, I can't afford a feature with NBA YoungBoy. You know those same features that the game's talking about he never paid for back in the day? Key phrase, back in the day. NBA YoungBoy is at that point of his career right now where he does not pay for those features. You get what I'm saying, guys? You get what I'm saying? But everybody in here, I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something that I got. It's coming out very soon. While I got y'all in here, we 450 deep.
Hey, man, man, what it do is the Freestyle King, Lil Flipper, a.k.a. Flip Mayweather. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. Cut.
Interview with Little Flip coming soon, you guys. I just wanted to let y'all know that. But Wack 100 said this about DaBaby. He said, DaBaby, everybody share this video. Let's get 500 people in here. Everybody share this video one time and hit that like button. DaBaby, you can't tell me DaBaby, he's from the Carolinas, and it's pretty reasonable down there. DaBaby's got a spot that no matter what happens, he can handle that. He didn't run to Beverly Hills and spend $15 million. He probably sat there and paid $1 million or $2 million that looked like $15 million. A lot of these dudes run out in Cali, and then when it slows down, they go broke and they can't handle it. I mean, yeah, that's the narrative that we've all heard play out in a cliched way. You know what I'm saying? That's the cliched narrative, Wack, that you're continuing to spin. Not every artist goes to New York. Not every artist goes to LA and fails. Like, for you to continue to spin that played out narrative of dudes who just go and waste all of their money, you know what I'm saying? It's not adding up. Like, you're talking about DaBaby having a safe house in South Carolina. DaBaby is one of those artists like French Montana that does X amount of shows that takes care of all those payments. You're underestimating it. And you know why Wack 100 is underestimating it, you guys? You want to know why Wack 100 is underestimating this? And he's talking out about people like NBA YoungBoy, and he's talking out about Lil Durk, and he's talking out, you know what I'm saying, about DaBaby. He doesn't understand it because he was not with the game when the game was at the peak of his career. Wack 100 has not been associated with an artist that has had a peak. And please don't tell me Blueface would be that guy. Please don't tell. We got 500 people in here. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in. 500 on the live chat right now. That's love, y'all. Y'all can catch me every day on this live shit. It's Mikey T, the movie star. And I want everybody on here to follow me on social media. You heard? So let's get into it. You're talking about houses in South Carolina. Do you ever take a step back and like realize what kind of a dork you sound like? Any real estate broker would literally laugh in your face, Wack. Oh, you can buy a house for $2 million that looks like it's $15 million. No, you can't. Because the real ones, they know what's up. Well, guys, what's that word? What's that word, you guys? It starts with C and it ends with P. Cap. You see, this is that Jag. I got that Jag. It's a 2021 Jag. So I'm just gonna tell everybody it's 2022. What are you talking about? Only dorks do that. What are you gonna lie? No, I don't live in South Carolina. What are you talking about? And no diss to South Carolina, because I appreciate everybody tapping in from South Carolina, everybody tapping in from Detroit, everybody tapping in from California. Wherever you're from, I appreciate you tapping in. So Wack says, always keep a bargaining tool. Keep something to bargain. Look up, I'm broke artist. Oh, you didn't want to do that, Wack. You shouldn't have did that because I did. I looked it up. I looked up broke artist and Game is on the list. Why is Game on the list, you guys? Why is Game on the list of broke artists? He's been rapping for 20 years. Why is the Game trying to buy his first beach house after he's been rapping for 20 years and he is a West Coast artist? I really don't understand this. I was 18 years old and I got my first beach house. Right when I could move out the crib, I said, yo, I'm out. I'm getting my own beach house. And that's word to everything. Nobody to help. Did it on my own. So yeah, let's talk about it, man. Look it up. Wack said, look up the I'm broke list. Why is the Game on the list and he's been rapping for 20 years? He's just trying to buy his first beach house? No. Come on, Game. Game literally said that. I'll use him as an example. He can't afford an NBA YoungBoy feature. If you was getting so much money, and you know, time is money, shout out to Styles P. He's got juice bars and stuff like that. He figured it out. Shout out to Styles P. If time is money, because everyone that's rich you meet is going to tell you you're wasting my time. Time is money. If you're on Clubhouse 24 hours a day, how are you getting money? You're wasting time. What do you have? Stock in Clubhouse? Marketing and advertisers get that money. How are you getting so much money when you're on a free app? I'm going to need you to explain it to me. I'm going to need that tutorial. So Wack said, I got room to breathe. What I'm going to do next? I'm going to go get the box truck. Oh, I'm going to go get the box truck. What I'm going to do? I'm going to go get another artist. Did you hear what he just said, you guys? He said the box truck game. He said the box truck game. You know what that is? I can go and buy out a fleet of U-Haul trucks. Who cares? That's not as lucrative as it seems. You're making it seem like you really are like a box truck business, like what, Hertz? You know what I'm saying? Like U-Haul. That's your claim, you think? What? That's small time. You're a small timer. You ain't getting any real money if that's what you think. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't buying buildings in Manhattan under ghost LLCs? What about property management? That's where the real money is. You see how high the gas prices are? Let's be real. Do you see how high those gas prices are? And he wants to do a box truck company? Dudes is out here burning money. Like every single day when Wack 100 had the internet captivated. And not one time did he said DRILLMATIC is coming. I'm just being real. I do marketing and promotion too. Mikey T, the movie star, hottest manager in the game. I do marketing and promotion too. Wack 100, 1,000 blogs in the last 6 months. Not one of those blogs ever talked about DRILLMATIC. Is it really a coincidence that this album came out and sold 24,000 copies first week? 24,959 copies. This has to be within the top 2 of Game's failures. This has to be in the top 2 of the Game's failures, you guys. I really can't believe it, man. I really can't believe it. It's just kind of crazy that the game is in this position to sell that little amount of units. And then the fact is, he's got to split it too. He's not even just taking that on his own. He's actually got to split it. He's actually splitting the bread, you guys, which is another crazy part of it to me. So Gillie Da Kid actually brought Cameron. Gillie actually brought Cameron on $1 million worth of game, you guys. Gillie brought Cameron on $1 million worth of game. It was an epic show. It was an epic show. I got to admit, Gillie, Wallow, they didn't leave anything out that anybody would have thought. They literally got the whole story from Cameron. They literally got dude must have just tuned in. Dude must have just tuned in talking about I got it. Rewind the video. Rewind the video. I talked about how the game selling 24,000 copies, 24,959 copies is a major put on for 100 ENT. But in reality, Wack 100 has just helped the game produce. He just helped the game produce his worst selling album to date. Yeah, let's go over this a little bit since we're topping. Let's everybody share this video. Let's get 600 people in here. 24,959 copies. And if you look at it, the album actually was on 100 ENT. He was on 100 ENT, you guys. So the album profits are being split between the game and Wack 100. But my question is, why would he need that? Why would he need a partner on his 12th album? You're 12 albums in, 11 albums in, and you need a partner? The game could have did that by himself. Everyone knows the game had a label, Black Wall Street. Everyone knows that's his true label. E1, yeah, throw it on E1 because they're the distributor. But the game literally could have put out his own project, direct to consumer, and everybody could have paid him directly $10 to $12 to $15 a piece. And then this 25,000 copies would have meant that much more. Instead, he's splitting it with an upstart label. Instead, he is putting it on a label with no proven sales history. And I'm talking about 100 ENT. And I will admit, this is a major come up. This is a major come up for Wack 100. There's no denying that. There is absolutely no denying that, you guys. There's absolutely no denying the fact that this is a major come up for Wack 100 and 100 ENT because it's giving them sales history. It's giving 100 ENT a placement amongst other labels. You get what I'm saying? Right now, Lloyd Banks, The Course of the Inevitable, came out last year, the first one, and sold 12,000 copies first week. For everyone tuning in, I want to give you a little hint of what I'm doing next. My new exclusive interview coming out. Here's who it's with.
Hey, man, what it do is the Freestyle King, Lil Flipper, a.k.a. Flip Mayweather. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. Cut.
Hell yeah, that's my next upcoming interview. My next upcoming interview is with Little Flip, you guys. I hope y'all are waiting for that. Hope y'all are waiting for that. But that's my major question right there. What did he need Wack 100 for? What did the game need Wack 100 for, you guys? Where was the promotion? Where was the promotion? Where's the money? Like I said, I'm not trying to pocket watch. I'm not doing that, but it's a valid question that I've got. Where is the money? Oh, I know. Did you buy a bunch of box trucks? You bought box trucks, right? Oh, cribs in South Carolina, since it's so reasonable. It's reasonable, right? Oh, I'm a stunt with a crib worth 1.5. It looks like it's worth 10. Where they do that at, man? How you, dude, stunting around the crib. Dude, stunting around the crib, acting like it's worth 10 million. He got it for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Where was the promotion? You know what I'm saying? Where was the promotion for that album? Where was the promotion for the DRILLMATIC album? You know, I saw this one post on Wack 100's page. I saw a post on Wack 100's page, you guys, and actually the post actually got, the post actually got 90,000 views when I was looking at it. Wack 100's post had 90,000 views, and I was like, yo, this would be a perfect opportunity for him to promote DRILLMATIC. If he promotes DRILLMATIC right now, this is going to be a major opportunity for him, for everybody to see that the album's actually, you know, ready, the album cover. There's nothing, no promotion for DRILLMATIC. This is what I call a problem. When you've got the whole world looking at you and you're not doing anything to promote any of the artists. That's why I said, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said 4 people, name 4 artists, name 4 artists signed to 100 ENT. Appreciate everybody tapping in, wondering what I'm smoking on. I got some of the best chronic right now. I got some of the best chronic. I only smoke the best, y'all. I only smoke the best, y'all. Yo, dude. This one's Dying Dreaming. This one's Dying Dreaming. This is some loud pack. This one is Blood Moon. This shit is fire. This shit is fire right here. This shit is fire, y'all. You see that shit right there? Ooh. I be smoking. And then this one's cool too. And then I got this Mexican flan. I had to pick up some more of that. So y'all that be hating, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Y'all that be hating, I'm sorry. Mikey T smokes the best gas. Get over it. Get over it. I smoke the best gas. So Wack said this, you guys. I am content going back to where I came from. What? What? You know what? He said, because where I came from, it was way better than where I was at anyways. And you know what? He's right. He's right, you guys. He is right. It was better for him. It was better for Wack 100 when he was running his trucking company. When he was trucking along, you guys. It was better for Wack 100 when he was running his trucking company. He didn't have to dart. He didn't have to dart off stages. He didn't, you know what I mean? He didn't have tiny draws running up on him when he was on the stage. So yeah, it was better for you, Wack. It was better for you, Wack, when you was running the truck company, dispatching. Yo, make sure you get that. Oh, damn. Well, the thing is, if you were just cool, you wouldn't even be getting, you know what I mean? I never delete comments to people that are just cool. I always read people's comments. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to just try and troll, we're going to block you. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. So yeah, it's like, in all honesty, he didn't have tiny draws and random dudes, you know, chasing him into parking lots, running him off the stage back before he got involved into this. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? When he was unknown, you know what I'm saying? When he was unknown, he was cool being Baby Suge. He was cool being Baby Suge. You know what I'm saying? Obscurity, little death row chain maybe. Make sure you tuck it when you're not around Suge though. You know what I mean? You were kind of messing with Death Row when it was not cool to mess with Death Row. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. I'm waiting for my death row chain, Big Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Snoop, what's popping? Okay, let me But like I said, he's right. It's better for him, man. It's better. You know what I mean? So look, get this, you guys. Rather than being an A&R for a record label, you know what I'm saying? Rather than being a record label A&R, you'd rather just go back to the trucking business. You done made an advancement in your career, Wack. You made an advancement. 100 ENT is a thing now. 100 ENT is legitimately a thing now. So I really don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. All the crying, all the bitching about, oh, I want to go selling property. You could have been selling property before all this. Right now, you're in the music business. You've been telling us vaguely about DRILLMATIC for the last 6 months. It's here. It's here now. Hello. What's up? You kind of missed it. You kind of missed the boat. What artists are signed to 100 ENT? You know, 100 ENT is not death row. Let's be real. Everyone watching, 100 ENT is not death row. Wack thought he could do that. You're wildin', Wack. What kind of shit are you on, man? You thought that you could do what Suge Knight did? You gotta be kidding me. This guy thought he could do what Suge Knight did. You don't even, like I said a little bit earlier, you are working with the game way past his prime. You are working with the game at the tail end of his career. When Suge Knight came in, now don't get me wrong, when Suge came in and actually got Pac already had albums out, but Pac reinvented himself. When he got Dre was waiting to make his name as a solo artist. When he got Snoop, the combination of Dre and Snoop was amazing. When he got the Dog Pound, they had Snoop, who the people were so captivated by, they bought 800,000 copies of his album, Doggy Style, the first week. Salute to Albuquerque. Salute to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Much love to Albuquerque. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight had brains as well. You know what I'm saying? Suge knew the ins and the outs of the music industry. Suge Knight was actually working with Jimmy Iovine. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just working with artists. How do you think he was able to get the contracts of people like Tupac? You know what I'm saying? How do you think he was able to go in there and even move Ruthless Records like he did? Wack 100 is dealing with Ray J. Wack 100 is dealing with The Game. He's dealing with Nori. All due respect. He's dealing with Gillie Da Kid and Adam 22. And these guys are helping you in certain ways. But Wack was actually dealing with people that were moving, Suge was dealing with people that were moving the music industry, moving the needle in the music industry. Wack is dealing with all these people that will definitely help move your product. He's going to get you on Adam 22. He's going to get you a meeting with Empire. You know what I'm saying? He's got all that. More things too. Wack can do a lot for an artist, but that's based on, let's say, Blueface. Look what he was going to do for the dude that was OTF. You know what I'm saying? He was going to put him on a tour with Blueface in Europe. Oh, yeah. Mase. Don't be stunning on Ray J, bro. Even though Ray J, faces a lot of scrutiny, if you really know your facts, when Wack 100 got into the game, he actually was working with Ray J when Ray J sold an album worth 250,000 copies first week. Ray J's album that actually featured that single with Young Berg actually moved 250K first week. So, yeah, Ray J actually did some numbers. I was saying a little bit earlier, I don't know if you're tuning in late, but I was saying a little bit earlier, you know what I'm saying? I was saying a little bit earlier that Wack 100 should have continued to put out albums from Ray J after they had that major success in 2008. I thought it would only have made sense to actually put out more albums from Ray J to follow it up. But it seems to me that he locked in a relationship with the game at that point. So yeah, let's get into this topic of Gillie Da Kid, man. I want to talk about Gillie Da Kid bringing Cameron on the show, talking about basically got Cameron to tell all about Jay-Z. So so let me get to this right here. So actually the show started kind of epic. The show started epically, and Gillie let Cam know this record was bigger than New York City. Wallow and Gillie started off the show with the New York City record, Cameron and Jay-Z. Gillie's like, this record is for the world. This woke the world up. And Cam is like, I'm not going to lie. I was like, you are in my head. It's like you're in my head. He did that shit in one take, 6 minutes. He knocked it out in one take. He just started going crazy. I'm not going to be here no 30 minutes. I'm doing my shit in 6 minutes. He did that in 5 minutes. Cam said that he thought about it for 5 minutes and then said, and then he threw my name in it. Threw my name in it. Gillie's like, this is when you was excited about the lyrics. It wasn't just about the hook. This hook is great, but you were excited about he was going to talk that shit. Cameron's like, it was a big moment. Wallow echoed, it was an extremely big moment. And Gillie's like, you weren't here for the moment. You know, it was kind of, they always got this comedic demeanor between the two of them. Wallow's like, I wasn't here, but listen, this is important. I'm getting right to it. Did Hove take off on you on that? And after clearing up what he meant about take off, Wallow's like, did he leave you? And Cam broke down the whole situation of when they actually recorded together, saying what Hove did was we had a conversation about some other shit. And what he did do was he heard the beat for 5 minutes and spit that verse. It wasn't premeditated. Shit, let's say I talk to Gil and we are going to go to the studio. You might start putting notes together, putting little shit together and finish it off in the studio. Hove ain't even know we was going to do it. I didn't even know we was going to do a record. We talked and we vibed for 15 to 20 minutes. I said, yo, let's go do this record. He sat there, thought about it, and then my name is in his verse. Oh, this dude is kind of different. He did that shit in 5 minutes. I ain't going to hold you. It was amazing to see. But as far as taking off on me, go listen to the lyrics. Nobody ever took off on me. We all know Cameron has a lot of classic records, you guys. We all know Cam has a lot of classic records. But the Cameron and Jay-Z association is something that has always had a big question mark around it. You know, so that's why I thought it was really engaging when Gillie Da Kid and Wallow actually brought it up. You know, Wallow actually brought up the fact that Dutch and Spade got a little busy because we all know that Cameron actually featured Dutch and Spade because they all had a relationship based on being on the same label. And Cam definitely shouted him out. He said, shout out to Dutch and Spade. I ain't seen them in a long time, but they was the new act on my label. And I'm like, I didn't mind them to be on my record neither because I thought they was dope. And I was like, I'm not letting the new young dudes come crazy. It's my album. I'm spitting 90 bars. So Gillie's like, at one time, you got to the record label. I wasn't up there, but it was close. So I used to hear that Cam and Hove didn't get along. So Gillie's getting right into it. Gillie's getting right into it and getting into the rumors of Cam and Hove not getting along. And you know, guys, I've actually done interviews with multiple people that were signed alongside Jay-Z, and I've watched interviews with people that have been signed to Jay-Z. And, you know, the whole relationship that he would take on with artists and shit like that, it's just pretty interesting the way that he interacts with them. You know, you really got to impress Jay-Z. You really got to impress somebody like Cameron to get in their presence continuously. So it was very interesting to hear a little bit about how Cameron and Jay-Z first got together. You know, Cameron actually linked up with Dame Dash after his deal with Epic went sour. You know, Dame Dash was up, so Cameron actually gave him a call. Cameron gave Dame Dash a call and was like, yo, I need you to help get me off this label. I need your help in this situation. And Dame Dash is pretty much like, I got you. And I don't know how much that plays into Cameron acting in the movie Paid in Full. You know what I mean? Because they say that Cameron actually got that for a very low sum of money, but it really could have been more of a favor. You know what I mean? It really could have been more of a favor to Dame Dash based on the fact that Dash was helping him get it at the label at the time. But also, when you look at acting roles, you got to look at it like Cam was trying to get his feet wet in another area, you know, to make money as well. That role that Cameron played, Paid in Full, epic. You know what I mean? I'm kind of shocked that we didn't see Cameron take on a lot more roles. Yeah, and Dame Dash did a favor for Cam as well by helping him get out of Epic. And then they bring him over to Roc-A-Fella within months of going to Roc-A-Fella, you guys. Let me roll something up. Trying to see what I'm going to roll up here. I'm definitely rolling up the Mexican flan. So within months, Cameron is going to Dame like, yo, Dame. All questions, send them with a super chat, you guys. Dame, let's be real. I got Juelz. Juelz is popping off. We need to do something with him. Dame Dash comes back at Cam like, yo, geez, you literally been here. You've been here for like a month. You need to hold up. You need to chill. You need to relax. You need to relax. You need to calm down. Let things build. Cameron was like, all right. Cameron was cool about it. A little crazy. You know what I mean? That Cameron actually goes up to the Def Jam offices. Cameron actually goes up to the Def Jam offices, Kevin Lyles, and plays Juelz Santana's music for Kevin Lyles. Guys, if anybody has any questions, make sure you hit it with a super chat. So Kevin Lyles apparently is like, yo, I want to do this. Let's do it. I'm rocking with Juelz. I'm feeling the whole movement. Cameron apparently pitched it. Cameron pitched it like this is going to be the first artist off of Diplomats. Apparently, there was going to be a major signing. I'm going to ask y'all another poll question. I'm going to ask y'all another poll questions. Everybody vote in the poll right now. Everybody vote in the poll right now. Check this shit out too. This is coming soon.
Hey, man, what it do is the Freestyle King, Lil Flipper, a.k.a. Flip Mayweather. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. Cut.
My bad about that. Oh, shit. All right, so I'm about to break some shit up with my new grinder. About to roll something up. I want y'all to vote in the poll right now, though. Colin asks, Cameron's role in Paid in Full, top 5 of all time. Cameron's role in Paid in Full as a rapper, making his acting debut, definitely top 5 of all time. Cameron in Paid in Full was better than 50 Cent in Get Rich or Die Trying. I really like Juelz. Hell yeah. Everybody, you got a super chat to ask questions. Appreciate you for that super chat too, Colin. You agree with that as well? Yeah, man, I can't help but say it. You know, Cameron's role in, you know, or his acting, his style of acting, his demeanor, the way he came off in that movie was much better than 50 Cent playing himself. Hate to say it, but it's true. Anybody has any questions, make sure you super chat them. Let me take a look at this poll. So, Cameron goes up, gets the meeting. And Kevin Liles, Def Jam, shout out to Kevin Liles too. He actually says, yo, I'm messing with Juelz. I'm messing with this whole situation. Let's go. $1 million deal. We'll do the deal with Diplomats for $1 million. Pretty epic. So Cameron goes back down to Dame Dash. Cameron goes backstage to Dame Dash, and he's actually telling him, yo, just to be real with you, I just talked to Kevin Liles. He said he's going to give us $1 million. Dame Dash flips out. What? You went to Kevin Liles? You talked to him? I told you to chill. He would have, if I was me going and pushing Juelz to Kevin Liles, he would have said no. And you know what? I got to believe that. Dame Dash probably wasn't lying. You know what I mean? Dame Dash had so much in the pipeline with Def Jam already that they probably would have denied it. They would have been like, all right, this is another Dame Dash project. But because of the fact that the project was coming from Cameron, he accepted it. And another part that I want to bring up, because I had people tell me about the Def Jam offices, about how at Def Jam everybody had their setup for the offices and shit. You know, Murder Inc. had their setup. Roc-A-Fella had. I thought it was interesting how Cameron brought up on $1 million worth of game how Diplomats actually got their first office in Def Jam. And yo, a lot of these stories that Cam was telling had to be some of the initial reasons that Jay-Z's feathers were getting ruffled. You know, are you kidding me? So you're a new artist on Roc-A-Fella? And you actually just went to the parent label and got a deal for an artist? It doesn't work like that, man. There's a protocol. You kind of just broke protocol, Cam, by doing that. And you kind of rubbed Jay-Z the wrong way. But I really don't get, you know what I mean, why Jay-Z wasn't looking at Cameron as a boss. Maybe it's because he was just gearing up to release his first album on Roc-A-Fella. What was it? Come Home With Me? You know what I mean? What was it? Come Home With Me, you guys? What was it? Come Home With Me? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am. So you're just gearing up. To release your first album with Roc-A-Fella, and you go and you get a whole label deal. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like what happened with 50. Because, you know, you guys probably hear me talk about it. Like, I really believe that 50 Cent should have took G-Unit. I believe 50 Cent should have took G-Unit to another label. And even though, you know, it was pretty much Roc-A-Fella Def Jam for Cam, it was a different scenario because he was cutting Roc-A-Fella out of the Dipset check. So now Dame Dash is feeling away, right? Dame Dash is like, yo, I brought you to the building. I brought you to this building, and now you're going to go and get a check without me? No, I brought you to the building. I cut you a check for X amount of dollars. And now the next check you get, we are getting it together. So apparently, from what Cam was saying, Dame Dash said, yo, we're going back up to talk to him. He's like, yo, if the deal gets taken away from you, I'll give you $1 million. So at that point, Cam was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? If you're pretty much guaranteeing me $1 million right now, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what he was doing. You know, let's be honest. Let's be honest, you guys. If Glizzy, you're hilarious, bro. Because let's be honest, man, the whole situation, if Juelz Santana and Cam didn't end up signing to Def Jam, if they didn't end up signing, that means no check. So Dame Dash was pretty much guaranteeing a check right there, even if they went upstairs or wherever it was and messed up the whole deal. Cameron knew he was getting $1 million to continue and work with Juelz Santana, which is amazing. Oh, this is what we on tonight, bro. This is what we on tonight. Appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Wanted to do this live stream and talk about these topics. Wack 100 is going off the handle. Wack 100 is going off the handle, all because DRILLMATIC, I guess, maybe underperformed. But in reality, it's like, it's all about your next project, man. You just broke 100 ENT through the door. You know, you just broke 100 ENT through the door. You just broke 100 ENT through the door and you're complaining, talking about you're going back to the trucking business. No, that's not what you do. You move on to your next release. You move on to your next release. You know what I'm saying? You don't treat selling 25,000 like it's the worst thing to ever happen to you. I mean, technically it is the game's worst sales of his career. The game is without a doubt going to look back at it as his worst sales of his career. That's without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? That is the history that you've provided the world with. I'm just being real. The history that Wack 100 has provided the world with is that the game's album was a flop. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is this has given you an opportunity to be considered a record label. Everybody was considering you a manager for the longest time. Nobody wanted to consider you to be more than that. Now you have proven sales history. Look at it from the positive. Don't jump on a blog after DRILLMATIC flops. Don't jump on Clubhouse talking about, don't be, oh God, I'm going to go back to trucking. I'm going back to trucking and I'm going to sell property. First of all, these are things you should have never stopped doing. Just because you're getting involved with the music industry, why are you giving away all your other businesses? Like, why would you not still have the trucking company going on? Why would you, you know what I'm saying? Why would you still not be developing property in Detroit if that's where you want to go? What does working with the game have to do with that? You can be in Detroit, you can be in Arizona, you can be in Utah, paying off that NBA Youngboy feature, and still doing Clubhouse. Hell, you still could be doing your trucking operations. I know a thing or two about that. I know trucking is lucrative. But let's be real. With the game that you're really trying to get involved with, it's not the same money. You were trying to make 100 million. It's a slower route when you go with trucking. But you know what? You're going to get into millions when you're doing that trucking shit regardless. But what you were trying to do, you were trying to fast track your way there. Oh, I'm going to link up with the game. I'm going to make 100 million in a third of the time. Don't you realize when you linked up with the game was after his original trilogy of albums? I'll even give him his first 5. I'll even give the Game his first 5. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put the Game, because we look at a DMX, rest in peace. His first 5 albums, amazing. You can remember them to this day. Game's got 5 as well. I'll give that to Game. Game is not a trilogy rapper. Jadakiss was almost a trilogy rapper. Put out 5 now. Of course, that's not including everything he's done with D-Block, the Locks. You know what I mean? Jadakiss found his way around it, marketing albums and shit like that. You know, like Meek Mill gave the advice to Rowdy Rebel to actually release mixtapes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? People and artists find ways around it. I mean, 50 Cent did before anybody else, recording artist songs from the radio. You know what I'm saying? You can't really do that anymore. Shout out to the South Bronx. Hell yeah, bro. Yep. Yeah, I always mention, you got the documentary, you got the Doctor's Advocate, you got LAX, you got the Red album, and you got Jesus Peace. Appreciate you, Kenny, man. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Hope anybody in here that is not subscribed is subscribed to or will subscribe to the channel. So I want to address Cameron actually talking about the fact that he deleted the Oh Boy remix, and he did it after Jay-Z deleted him off the PD Crack record. And guys, man, I got to really chalk this up to these artists not really knowing who they were at this point in time. Not who they were, but who they were going to be. You know what I'm saying? If Cameron could see the vision for what he currently is today, I just don't see why he would have ever, or the vision of what Jay-Z has become, I don't see why he would ever delete that. You know, these two guys went on to actually end their issues. They ended their issues, whether it was 5 years later or whether it was more recently. You know what I'm saying? They would go on to end their issues. That recording of the Oh Boy remix could have been timeless, and it could have been a major seller. You know what I'm saying? Could have been a major seller. It could have been a major NFT seller. It could have been a major gift for the hip hop community. You know what I'm saying? Once these two major artists actually came to their senses. But I really just don't think that they realized the history they were going to go on to make. The fact that they deleted that shit along both of them. You know what I mean? Both of them. Because in reality, Dipset, Diplomats on Roc-A-Fella really should have been the next chapter for Roc-A-Fella. Like, in all honesty, it should have been the same way like how 50 Cent was creating G Unit South and G Unit West. So, damn, one line that actually hit me on $1 million worth of Game too was when Cam said, I said, Dame, I don't want to go to Roc-A-Fella. What's up with your distro at Elektra? But then Dame Dash convinced him to come to Roc-A-Fella. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what do you mean? Come to Roc-A-Fella, man. Come to Roc-A-Fella, man. I understand Elektra's doing what they do. We all know that Elektra did some great music for hip hop. Let's get another poll question. I see Iceberg asked one. See Iceberg asked this question, so I'm going to bring it up. Oh, in the poll right now. Fivio Foreign actually messes with my homegirl, Bella K. Eric, yeah, Fivio Foreign actually messes with my homegirl, my girl, Bella K. She's a dope-ass artist out of New York. But yeah, Fivio Foreign is a dope artist, man. My dude Craze says, yes, 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 yes. Y'all go follow Bella K. She be around them lobby boys. She be around all the hottest artists in the game, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Bella be doing her thing. She has a new record with Kenza, going crazy. Couple 100,000 views on that. They actually performed it. You know, she's just doing her thing. So I got to show props where I can. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to come on here and smoke some big gas. You know what I'm saying? Smoking the best gas on the internet. I don't know which of these bloggers are coming on here and smoking better gas than me. You know what I'm saying? Doing better news reporting than me. I'm all up in the videos, smoking the best gas up in the videos. You know what I'm saying? But we're focused. I'm focused on the new interviews that I got to do and shit like that. Yeah, we're not going to get into that whole shit that was going on there. So Cam said that he's like, I go to Kevin Lau's. I go to Kevin Lau's office. I got this diplomat shit I want to do, he said. This is my little man, Juelz. This is his music. Kev, hear it? He's like, I want to sign him. I want to sign him right now. I want to sign him right now. That's how Juelz got signed to Def Jam, you guys. I want to sign him right now. Juelz music got played. Cameron presented the deal. I want to sign him right now. This is Def Jam Records. This is Def Jam Records we're talking about. It was going to be an opportunity for Juelz to actually be representing at Def Jam Records and not Roc-A-Fella. You know, Cam went kind of in. Cam was like, yo, I was respectful for telling Dame the way I did. He said he was respectful for telling Dame the way that he did, you guys. If you're wondering what you're watching, this is the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. Because he could have just popped up, signing party, Diplomats, Def Jam, official signing. Oh, let me check the percentage on this. Where's this gas? Okay, 23, I'm cool. Hell yeah, Gary Payton's good. I mess with some Gary Payton. Woo! This is that Mexican flan, though, that I'm smoking right now. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all have been joining my new interviews and shit like that. I've been trying to keep y'all up with content. I've been trying to keep y'all up with these live videos as well. You know what I mean? Just consistency. Older stories from hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? New breaking news. Whatever it is, I'm going to cover it, you guys. Whether it's new shit, whether I'm basically reacting to interviews. I don't really react to much music videos and shit like that, but I do react to the interviews and shit. Yeah, and Gillie was washing them up at the Big 3. Oh! Shit was crazy, man. Wish I could have been out in Atlanta. I love being out in Atlanta, man. I remember I was at Ludacris's Disturbing the Peace studio back in the day. I was running all over their Patchwork studio. I was Shorty Lowe's crib, rest in peace, a little scrappy. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of moves out in Atlanta, man. It was lit back. It was lit in the A. I can't lie. I can't lie. I used to get it in Ohio. I used to get it in. So, Cam is like, please don't F this up for me, Dame. Please don't F this up for me, man. Don't F this money up for me. Cam had been talking about how he sold his publishing so he could get a whip, you know what I mean? Just so he could have the appeal of everything as well, just so he could make it work. You know, a lot of people were on Cam's ass about that. Cam, what are you thinking? Cam, you're bugging. Cam, you are absolutely crazy. Well, I mean, we all got to look at what Cameron ended up doing. We all got to look at what Cameron ended up doing, you guys. Cameron ended up putting on multiple artists. Cameron ended up wanting to put out so many. He never really got to finish his plan, if we're talking in real facts. But Cameron put on so many artists that he didn't even have to worry about his solo shit. I was kind of wondering watching him on BET Rap City when he was counting all the money. He just kept counting money. And Jim and Juelz rapped. But now, thinking about this, then it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense, you guys, as to why Cameron decided to put on artists before he even put on himself. And I got to say, that's something I majorly respect about Cameron. Let me put up the poll here. Favorite. Putting up another poll for you guys. Favorite Dipset artist. I want to know what y'all got to say about this one. Let me read the results from the last poll. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, come on. What's up with that? Everybody vote in the poll right now. You heard? Everybody vote in the poll right now. All right, cool. I got the poll up with Gucci. We Gucci. Damn. That's why I didn't add Uncasa to the list, you know, because Uncasa actually told me that Cam didn't actually sign him either, Iceberg. So that's why I actually did not put Uncasa on the list. But I do remember Cameron actually putting out the song. That was the thing. I remember Cameron actually putting out the song with J.R. Writer and Lil Wayne, you know, so I really thought that J.R. Writer was out of here, you know. What? Yeah, Hell Rel was another one. I remember Hell Rel's whole story. You can't fit more than 4 people. You can't fit more than 4 people. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. We got Detroit up in here. What's poppin', Detroit? Everybody in the chat, put your cities up. Put your cities up. Yeah, salute to Uncasa for actually giving me an interview, blessing the channel. One of the dopest new podcasters as well. Y'all go check out Uncasa's channel. Everybody vote in the poll right now. You heard? Vote in the poll. Hit that like button. Let's get this shit up to 200 likes. Hit that like button. Put some respect. Put some respect on that like button if you support me, y'all. Hell Rel. I see a lot of people going off on the chat. Jim Jones, 39% right now. Jim Jones has got it with 39%. Actually, no. Jim Jones and Juelz Santana actually tied right now, 38% each. We got Boston in the building. What up, Boston? I appreciate you for tapping in tonight. We got Manchester, UK. What up? What up? What up? Everybody put it up. What part of the city you're from? What part of the country? Even if you're outside of the country, I appreciate you watching the channel, man. Everybody watching whatever time it is, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people want to catch me on live, you know what I'm saying, to actually enjoy the live experience. But also, if you're watching this on demand, I really appreciate it as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make the Mikey T the Movie Star podcast that much stronger. One of these days, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna sign that deal. But until then, we on our underground shit, baby. And I love it on the underground. Cleveland, what up? What up, Cleveland? Chicago, what up? What up? What up? Y'all, to ask questions on the channel, I ask you do a simple thing of a $1 to $2, $5 donation by a super chat, and I will answer whatever question you have in depth. I'm just letting you know that's the format on the channel. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in on the live. Yep. Juelz and Lil Wayne and Young Jeezy was the hottest tracks. Yeah, Juelz. Jim Jones went the farthest, I got to say. Jim Jones really went the furthest when it comes to actually releasing albums. You know what I mean? Jim Jones had a lot to prove when he first got in the game. He ended up proving that. By the people that he associated with. He also ended up proving that based on the albums that he continuously dropped, working with Koch. You know what I mean? Turning that into a major label deal with, you know what I'm saying? Who was it? Sony or something like that? Was it the A&R over there? We saw all the spats. I'm not covering it tonight, but you know, Cameron also went over the spats that he was going through with Mase, and they really seem like they're in a great place right now. I gotta say, it really seems like Mase and Cameron are in a good space right now. Jim is obviously in a good space, experiencing another height of his career with the Lobby Boys. Him and Mano doing their thing right now. They just had a major record with Slide. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Lobby Boys come up with next. You know what I'm saying? I'm really hoping Jim and Mano come and captivate us with another record. Maybe even possibly getting that record out with Blue, you know, the Babysitter record. They might should have held that one over. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Shout out to Duke the God. I've been trying to do an interview with Duke the God as of late. That'd be a really great sit down. So let me see. Juelz Santana's taking it right now, you guys. Everybody vote in the poll. Vote in the poll if you haven't voted yet. But Juelz Santana is in the lead right now with 46. Juelz has 46% of the vote right now, you guys. And he is being followed by Jim Jones. Jim Jones has the second most votes, 35%. And J.R. Ryder is the least with 2% of the votes. Real late start for J.R. Ryder right there, which is a little bit odd because the last time I dropped this poll, I believe J.R. Ryder was in the lead. But yeah, man, let's do it. Let's do some open questions. I always do open questions on my podcast. I'm going to bring it to the open questions right now. If anybody has anything that they want to ask me, whether it pertains to the topics, if you watched the Gillie interview on $1 Million Worth of Game, if you wanted to make any statements about it that you wanted me to respond to. But if you had any questions about the beef with Jay-Z and Cameron in general, or Gillie and Jay, or, you know what I'm saying, or Gillie playing ball against Cameron, you know what I'm saying? If you want to ask me about anything pertaining to that, anything pertaining to DRILLMATIC, Wack 100. Will says, do you think Cam is a good actor? Like I said a little bit earlier, I really enjoyed Cam in Paid in Full more than 50 Cent actually playing himself in Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah, so I'm rocking with Cameron over 50 Cent as an actor. The only thing really is, you guys, is that Cameron really didn't follow it up. I understand he did, a couple movies on his own, but he didn't really follow it up when it came to, turning himself and he didn't really follow it up by turning himself into an actual actor, which I thought he had the ability to do after Paid in Full. You know what I mean? He really proved himself to me. Far Rock, what up? What up? What up, Far Rock? Appreciate you tapping in. Remember, if you're just tapping in, let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Also, let me know, you guys, what you're smoking on. You heard? It's open questions right now. Tonight's topic was actually about Wack 100. Hendrix. Hendrix asked about Wack 100. The topic is actually about Wack 100 speaking on different business endeavors. You know what I'm saying? Different business endeavors. After DRILLMATIC's poor record sales. So oddly, after DRILLMATIC has very poor record sales, Wack 100 is packing his bag, you guys. Guys, I think I want to go back into real estate. We only sold 24,000 copies. All right, we'll put out another album. Put out an album every 3 months. Use these as mixtapes, building towards the game's real albums. You got your little series now. If you want to drop the DRILLMATIC series on 100 ENT, DRILLMATIC 1, DRILLMATIC 2, DRILLMATIC 3. Do the same thing that every artist does. They make mixtapes or street albums to build up to their main label debut. The blueprint is right there, but now it's different. Every time you can do it 3 to 4 times a year. You can sell 20, 25,000 copies 3 or 4 times a year with the game. Repeat this. You can move 100,000 CDs a year or whatever, however you do it. But I don't think getting rid of NBA Youngboy was the best thing to do. You could have actually made an investment with the people to show the people that the game is here to stay. The game wants to be looked at with all the crop of artists that are still here. Because when we look at artists, guys, we're not just looking at every single new artist. There are some artists in there that have stood the test of time that are still selling multiple units. That's why I asked the question, why after 20 years is the game still trying to get a beach house? Any artist that has been in the game for 20 plus years, name them. They're not talking about wanting to buy a beach house. They're not doing that. They own it. Let me take a look and see if we got any open questions. Cincinnati, what up? Damn, Nightman, you're smoking some white rhino? I ain't heard about that in a minute. That's right. Shout out to all the haters in attendance. We love everybody. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got my name in your mouth, as long as you're talking about me, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you show love to the channel, I appreciate it. Just know you always have the opportunity to turn. You know what I'm saying? You can come over here with the good guys. And I'll embrace you. It's like Gillie told me one time. This is a wing. This, what is this? It's your arm, Mikey T. No, this is a wing. And y'all can jump on right now. You don't got to worry about all that extra shit, lurking in the corners, worrying about what anybody's thinking about you. You don't got to worry about none of that shit. This is a wing. And let's ride this shit out. So y'all got that up. Y'all don't got to be closet fans. Y'all don't got to be wondering about reporting shit back, this, that, and the third. We're doing real shit over here. So make sure you hit that like button and or more importantly, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell. Keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. Hey guys, what's that word? It starts with C, ends with P. Cap. That's the Wack 100 shirt. That's the Wack 100 set. Well, be cool, shorty. Let's be honest about that. And this is open questions, y'all. Everybody can send in their questions. Let's be honest about that. I was. And you got to, okay. The game needed a yay single and some real beef. And you know what? Let's be real. My guy Ida is 100% right. Add NBA Youngboy to the mix, and you might have somewhat of a relevant album. What is the most important thing to have continued success? You can be relevant. You can have a cult following that's actually going to be there to buy your product. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have one of the two. You got to have one of the two. When you're backing out of agreements, with literally one of the most successful artists, and he's breaking down a deal for you half off, $300K, break it down to 150, and then you go back on the deal, and then you go back on that deal, do you know how that makes you look? Do you know what that does for your credibility? What did Al Pacino say? What's the two things he only has? And then you show NBA Youngboy that you ain't going to be there after he already counted on that bread probably. Nobody's bringing that factor into it. I think everybody in this room can actually identify with that. I think we all can identify with thinking we got money in the bank. Like I was just talking about a little bit ago with Cameron, saying it was cool that Dame Dash could bring him up to see Kevin Lyles. As long as he messed up the deal, he'd still give him $1 million. Come on, man. Come on. Can y'all see the relation? NBA Youngboy, 150K. All right. I know what I can do at 150K, and I know what I can do with my usual price of 300K. So let's not disqualify the fact that NBA Youngboy is rich, because nobody seems to want to disqualify the fact that the game is rich or anybody else is rich. So let's not do that with NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy was waiting on that bread, and it didn't come in. So that means he had to look at the game in a certain way. He had to look at his management. He had to look at that whole label. Maybe not the game. Because the game came out and said, I never paid for a feature in my life. We know. So maybe he's just looking at 100 ENT like that. 100 ENT, you're kind of shady. Why are you doing business like that? Did you release my 16 on that track? You actually had my shit on the album? Did you send that out to any Best Buys? Did you send that shit out to any Targets, Walmart? Did you send that out to, oh, I'm going to need the list of the mom and pop stores you sent that out to. And we need it off the iTunes. We need it off the iTunes. That's completely embarrassing because the game came out and said, I never paid for a feature. And we know the game didn't pay for a feature. Do I need to go over the game's features? Do I need to go over the game's features? So the game comes in. Jim Jones immediately grabs him up. Jim Jones grabs him up. Jim Jones puts him on a record with Little Flip. Certified Gangsters. Record with Cameron. Puts him in a video. This is the look that we get at the game from First. This is the look that he got probably based on the fact that he was the new G Unit guy. The buzz was starting to take off about him. The buzz was starting to take off about him. So Jim Jones was really trying to stamp his name in the game. So Jim Jones put him on the record. He's on Lloyd Banks' album. Oh, so hold up. You get on an album that sells 500K first week. They said 536,000 first week worldwide for Lloyd Banks' Hunger for More. So you get on When the Chips Are Down on that album. And now you're what? Now you never have to pay for a feature again? For the most part, no. Anybody at that point would want the game on their album. So what do? A month later, they put him on the record with Ludacris and Young Buck. If it, you know what I mean? If it can't get any better than just having the video for this next one, now you're alongside Ludacris, who is a staple. These are the features we're talking about. Ludacris, a man who's put out 5 or 6 successful albums, majorly successful. We don't even need to go over that. These are the features that the game had, you guys. Cam, Lil Flip, Jim Jones, Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, Ludacris. Then on his own album, 50 Cent, Kanye West producing Dreams, Tony Yayo on Running. Kanye West came back for the second time and gave him Wouldn't Get Far. Then he had Lil Wayne. This man has had the best features that you could ask for. He would have never thought about paying for a feature, you guys. Look what happened even recently at DRILLMATIC's album listening party. I think it was the listening party, you know, when Tiny Draws did his thing. Kanye West came out. Lil Wayne came out. Speak your piece. Is that where the budget went? Because if that's where the budget went, I could understand it. I could understand it if that's where the budget went. But yeah, yo, I just went over the whole game. You know what I'm saying? I just went over all of his features. I just went over his features, man. I just went over all of his features, you guys. Did I miss any of his features? Yeah, I really think he should use this as an opportunity, or Wack 100 should use this as an opportunity for 100 ENT if you're going to release projects from the game. You know what I mean? Sort of like when they were sort of like, the game's doing those independent albums. But they dropped this, actually. I thought I saw Virgin on it too. That's what it said on Wikipedia. Maybe that's wrong. But Soulja Boy, they said, signed to Virgin as well. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? But then he was off. I don't really get it. You try to keep up with things, you guys, but sometimes people be saying they're signed to somebody a lot. We all know how that shit goes, man. We just try to keep on top of everything, man. Yeah, man, I just couldn't fit 40 cal in because I could only list 4. I could only list 4 here on YouTube, bro. Did the game drop any visuals for DRILLMATIC? The game had a visual for DRILLMATIC, bro. He actually dropped that video with Kanye West. You know what I mean? Was that whole, you know what I'm saying? That video with Kanye West, but that shit was like animated or something like that for some of it. Oh, Craze actually said M is not going to boost Game's career. He's not going to save him. He's not going to boost M's career. He's not going to save him. Yeah, because a lot of people think, well, I had read a couple rumors or a couple articles, a couple forum comments, maybe. People were saying, yo, M's not going to respond. M's not going to respond because he knows it's going to jumpstart his album sales. He knows, but let me look back to history. Eminem dissed MGK. MGK had an album called Binge, you guys. The album or the EP Binge only moved 24,000, 25,000 copies first week, which was half of Machine Gun Kelly's original sales. So that Eminem diss really didn't do anything for Machine Gun Kelly's sales, so to speak. So let's be real about this. Game sold the same amount of units as Machine Gun Kelly. And for everybody who wants to diss Game's sales, let's look at that as a prime example. For anybody that wants to sell 25,000 copies and then throw in the towel, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to go back to my other businesses, which you should have never left in the first place. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? For anybody that wants to throw in the towel over 20,000 units sold, there are various other artists that have sold 25,000 copies first week. You know what I'm saying? There's various other artists that have sold 25,000 copies first week that have gone on to sell a career. And let's be real about this. The DRILLMATIC album is secondary. I got to say it's secondary at this point since I'm seeing 100 ENT so heavily put on the title. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm seeing 100 ENT so heavily positioned on the title, I'm thinking that the game might do a major label deal with somebody else on his own. And I hope, or we'll have to wait and see, man. Maybe this is the game's history from here on out. I choose to believe that the game could still sign a major deal, though. Yo, what up, Neighborhood All-Star? I like the new joint, bro. I like the new joint. It flopped. Yeah, dude's like, yo, how did you know it flopped? It's the game's worst sales period. When the game, guys, I said this. When the game looks back at his discography and he looks at all the albums and he thinks back to the sales of the albums, when he looks back to the sales of the albums, he's going to realize which one sold the worst. He's going to realize which one sold the worst. But, like I said, 25,000 copies, this is nothing to be ashamed of. Wack 100 should not be ashamed of this underground game album with literally one connection to the real world of hip hop, that being the feature from Ye on Easy. That is the one connection this underground album has to the general public of hip hop. Sorry to say it, but they stunted their own growth. They stunted their own growth when they threw away the single with NBA Youngboy. Who does that? Who does that? I'm going to bring it up again. Because you could add the most ultimate underground street banger, Easy. You know, that obviously did some shit. That's the biggest thing about this album. I'm not even Black, Slim Shady, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are saying that's trash. The overwhelming majority of public are saying that's trash. You know what I'm saying? People got on my ass for saying that it was 300 bars level. People like, yo, Mikey T, you're bugging. Straight up. You're bugging, Mikey T. Damn. Neighborhood All-Star says Ops was the hardest on the album. But what I'm saying, yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like an underground album, because still, even with the Eminem diss, all anybody knows it for is the Kanye West shit. You know what I mean? Nobody's really given much respect to the game's Eminem diss. Eminem is even giving it time to breathe. M is giving it time to breathe, so to speak. He's giving it time to breathe, so to speak, so it doesn't really impact the album sales, which is a little bit odd to me, you guys. It's a little bit odd to me because, as I said earlier, Eminem responding to MGK, even though it moved the most numbers on YouTube, it didn't necessarily do much to impact MGK's sales. You would think Eminem drops his response. Okay, 39 million people listen to the Eminem MGK diss song in one day. You would think out of those 39 people, 20 million, 15 million, 30 million, something along those, some gauge, some option, some portion of those people would go and listen to the Machine Gun Kelly diss. But Machine Gun Kelly's Binge EP literally sold half the amount of his first 3 studio albums with Bad Boy. Literally, you guys, literally 25,000, 24,000 copies. So I got to say, I don't think Eminem's response is going to be much of a factor in the game selling more units. Sorry to say it, I think that point is moot. You know what I'm saying? I think thinking that if the game gets dissed by Eminem, thinking the fans are going to go listen to the game song, I think that is just not what's going to happen. You know, a couple people at this point have said to me, yo, Mikey T, I tried to listen to the game's diss track, and on the real Mikey T, I see it's 10 minutes long. I don't got 10 minutes of my life to hear what he wants to say about Eminem. I'm just being blunt. You know, like I'm not trying to listen to a 10-minute diss track. It almost takes you back to when the game would release 3 verses on all of his songs. I loved it. Going back now, it's like, yeah, yo, we got a little bit more coming. Yeah, I was just listening to One Night today. Or called, a lot of people call it Two Occasions. Well, let's wait. Let's wait till I do my full 31 track album review. Let's wait till I do my full 31 track album review. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not, because I will be doing a live album review of DRILLMATIC, you guys. Iceberg said, oh, the features cost too much. A shit a broke manager would say. A broke manager on Clubhouse bragging about box trucks and houses in Detroit. Yeah, you know, man, like I said, as far as getting property in Detroit or South Carolina or California, New York, wherever you're going to get property, I really don't see what that has to do with you running a record company. Like, can't you multitask? Like, why are you holding up your business, your trucking business and your property and your, rental businesses because of your music career? Oh, probably because you thought, oh, we're going to sell 100K first week. And then we're going to do 100K first week again in 6 months. No, just like doing those rental properties, putting the actual money together that you need for that. I mean, because we all talk about that. Everybody talks about wanting to own this and that and the third, a duplex, a housing community, talk about all that shit Rollo was doing. Everybody loves to talk about that shit. But the fact is, it costs money to put that shit in motion, you guys. I swear, there's always people talking about it. You got a room full of people talking about all the property they want to buy in Detroit. You got a room full of people talking about all the business opportunity there is in New York or California, or how cheap property is in Georgia or South Carolina. You got people talking about that shit all day, but it's about if you have the money to actually move on it. So that's what I wanted to come on here and actually talk with y'all on this live tonight, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast tonight. And I hope y'all tune in to the next Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. I will talk to y'all on the next episode. I'm about to get up out of here. I want everybody to follow me on social media. That's right. If you're on Instagram, make sure you follow me right now. Follow me right now. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure y'all follow me right now. I definitely appreciate y'all tapping in on the live stream. I had a dope time with y'all. Make sure y'all follow me on social media. Definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. I will see y'all on the next episode. Peace.